We tried replacing our animator with AI, not because we hate artists, not because we sold our souls to the algorithm, nah bro. We did it because Kevin, our trusty in-house animator, takes 3 business days to animate a single blink. A blink, fam. That's not animation, that's a time-based assault on productivity. At this point I was desperate enough to make the decision. I turned to the team, and with all the false confidence of someone about to get scammed, I say, what if we let AI animate just one video, just to see? Famous last words, right? So I find this tool called Prompt-a-Tune, and yes, it sounds like a cereal marketed to kids who code. I type in our first prompt, high school boy running through a hallway. Hair swooshing, dramatic lighting, heart beating fast. Seemed simple enough. And AI hits me with the casual, got it, and spits out the animation in under a minute. I'm thinking, yo, Kevin's been dethroned, until I hit play. Bruh, I'm not even sure there's a description for this. A figure with lecherous eyes, beard, and smile dancing through a barely there hallway with barely there legs. If I wanted an ad for Creeptopia, I would have asked. But I'm like, okay, maybe that was a fluke. Maybe the creep was just a one-time bug. Let's try something softer. So I prompted again. 4 friends hanging out in a coffee shop. Y'all! Hey, I be tripping. So yeah, we have the 4 friends. And someone who looks like a poorly rendered cowboy doing jazz hands and a floating chocolate milkshake, and the friends. One of them is holding a coffee, then gets repeatedly punched in the face by the guy next to him. And his coffee vanished into thin air. Then there's a guy holding a cigarette with no fingers, and one who looks turned on by the whole mess. Meanwhile, Kevin's just in the corner, sipping his off-brand Red Bull, watching this chaos unfold. He says nothing until he does. You can't replace soul, he mutters, like an ancient monk who just watched a sacred scroll get used as toilet paper. I'm like, Kevin, chill. This is just an experiment. But nah, this AI was about to cook up its magnum opus, so we give it the ultimate emotional prompt. 2 characters hugging at sunset. Final goodbye. Make people cry. Easy stuff, right? Even my cat could storyboard that. AI said, bet, and delivers 2 people hugging. Backwards. These figures walked in like they already glitching. Hug, then their necks turned backwards. For some reason, there's water dripping from this dude's forehead. That's supposed to be tears? Why is he smiling and staring without blinking like that? This dude in a tie has a displaced nose and 3 legs. I show the animation to my mom. She looks at it once, squints, and says,
delete this. It looks demonic before it enters the house.
I turned to Kevin. He just stood up slowly like Captain America in Endgame. He didn't even blink. Just walked over, opened a warm orange juice, took one dramatic sip, and said,
put me back in, coach.
Bro sat down, cracked his knuckles, picked up his crusty stylus like it was Mjolnir, and went to war. 8 hours later, he finished the scene. The hug was perfect. The tear, it rolled down the cheek like it had a backstory and dreams of its own. No 3-legged characters, no rotating necks, no floating milkshakes. Kevin had entered his comeback arc and punched the AI out of relevance with nothing but vibes and wrist cramps. As for the AI files, we deleted them. Moral of the story? AI animation is fine if you're making horror games, cursed YouTube ads, or experimental films that require nothing to make sense whatsoever. But if you want story, if you want emotion, if you want your characters to cry like humans and not malfunctioning sprinkler systems, you need a Kevin, a weird, sleep-deprived, nose-wiggle-obsessed human who suffers for the craft, who argues with keyframes like they insulted his mother, who will literally animate an eyelid for 4 hours because the vibe was off. So next time someone comments, is this AI? Just know, it's your fault Kevin is somewhere in the background crying softly, holding his stylus like it's the last baguette in a zombie apocalypse. Like, share, comment your AI experience, and subscribe before he starts animating blinks again. It still takes him hours. Not kidding, bro.